My dear friends, welcome to Rajashekhar classes on applied data science with Python. This is lecture number 93. In this lecture, we will try to understand covariance matrix, correlation matrix and heat map. Now, we will go to our Jupyter notebook. If you want to view the covariance between all pairs of variables that exist in your data, you can generate a covariance matrix by invoking COV function on your data frame. Just see this one, auto underscore data underscore COV. This is my data frame. What we are doing, this is auto underscore data. This already we discussed about this particular data frame. We discussed in my lecture number 91, isn't it? Just go through lecture number 91 and 92 so that you can understand about this particular data frame. This data frame dot COV means it will generate covariance matrix. Just auto underscore that covariance matrix I am storing in a variable in an object known as auto underscore data underscore COV. Just I am displaying this matrix. What happens? This is my covariance matrix. This is my covariance matrix. The rows and columns are the individual variables in our data frame, and every cell gives you the covariance between the column variable versus the row variable. Invoking the, just if you understand, just see what is the covariance between cylinders, this is cylinder, and MPG, this is MPG. This is my covariance, means minus 10.35298, something like that. This is age is a variable. What is the covariance between age and cylinders? This is cylinders. This is 2.171930. In that manner, you can identify covariance between each and every pair of variables, isn't it? Now, invoking CORR function on a data frame will give you the, just see this one, this is correlation matrix. How can I find this correlation matrix? By this particular function. Let me say like this: invoking CORR function on a data frame will give you the correlation matrix with the correlation coefficients for each pair of variables that exists in your data. Here is the correlation matrix for your automobile data set. Just let me run this. This is the correlation matrix, isn't it? Just understand this correlation matrix carefully. Just let me show. This is my correlation matrix, isn't it? Now, observe that every variable is perfectly positively correlated with itself. You can see that. Just see this one, MPG. What is the correlation coefficient? 1. Cylinder. Just go through the principal diagonal. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. What is this principal diagonal? Indicates every variable with itself is positively correlated. That's what I am saying. Let me repeat. Observe that every variable is perfectly positively correlated with itself. Just see the principal diagonal of this matrix. All principal diagonal values are 1, isn't it? You can see that the age of the car is negatively correlated with the mileage. That is, older cars have worse mileage. Just see, age of the car with the mileage, that is minus 0.580541. And you can see that number of cylinders is positively correlated with weight. Just see, how will it be? This is number of cylinders with positively correlated with weight. Just see this particular cell. This is an intersection between cylinders and weight. What is its correlation coefficient? 0.897527. Therefore, they are positively correlated. a great, in that manner you can understand correlation coefficient between each and every pair of variable in your data set. It is simple and straightforward. Covariance matrix and correlation matrix are simple. A great visualization that you can use for correlation matrix is that heat map, and Seaborn has an amazing heat map available for you pass in the correlation matrix, and this represent the correlation matrix in the form of color grid. Just see, import Seaborn. I already discussed so much. We spent so much of time on Seaborn library, isn't it? Plot figure size 12,8. This we know. SNS.heatmap. This is the heat map through which you are passing auto underscore data underscore CORR. Means you are passing that correlation matrix as an argument. N not equal to true, I will discuss after a few seconds. Time being, just understand through this heat map I am passing correlation matrix, isn't it? Now what happens, I will repeat this one. Let me repeat this one. The color of, let me say like this. Otherwise, Seaborn has an amazing heat map available for you pass in the correlation matrix. Just we are passing correlation matrix to heat map, and this represent correlation matrix. Just let me run this one. Just if I run this particular heat map, what will it represent? This represents, let me reduce size little bit so that you may view this completely, this figure. Just see now what happens. This is my heat map. This heat map represents my correlation matrix, isn't it? This is correlation matrix. The correlation matrix only we passed through heat map function as a first argument. The color of each cell indicates the strength as well as the directionality of the correlation. Negative correlations use dark values. This point is important. I will repeat. Negative correlations use dark values such as purple and black. Positive correlations are represented using lighter values such as cream and orange, isn't it? Just see this one, horsepower, cylinders, displacement. You have different colors, isn't it? This heat map is representing correlation matrix. Just if you observe this heat map, what arguments we are passing? As I told you, first argument is your correlation matrix. Second argument, n not equal to true means what? This is annotation. To add text over the heat map, we can use annote attribute. That's what it says. This is annotation attributes. Annote means annote attribute. If annote is set to true, the text will be written on each cell. That's what we are writing values and text corresponding to each cell. Just it is indicating colors. This heat map is very useful to understand correlation matrix. As I told you, the color of each cell indicates strength as well as the directionality of the correlation. Negative correlations use darker values such as purple and black. Positive correlations are represented using lighter values such as cream and orange. Just go through this lecture. In this lecture, I discussed about covariance matrix, in which you have covariance values in between each and every pair of variables in your data frame, and I discussed correlation matrix, in which we find correlation values in between each and every pair of variables in your data frame. And heat map, this heat map represents correlation matrix. What is dark color, what is light color, we discussed. Just go through this heat maps are very useful. I will spend lot of time in my future data science classes on heat maps. Just go through this lecture. If you have any difficulty, just keep a comment so that we will discuss. Thank you very much.